Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Nolan Lord here again, and today I want to talk to you about achieving your goals, your SMART goals with Power Lead System. And I want to show you how to do that, how it's possible to do that within 90 days or less. So if you've been part of my mailing list and you've been paying attention to my emails, you know that I've been talking about discovering what your why is, as well as discovering what your magic number is. Your why is why you're doing this. Like, why do you want to earn an income online? Why do you want to replace your job with an online income? Why do you want to have time freedom with your family? Why do you want to be able to be independently and financially free? And also want to go into what your magic number is. If you want to get to that point, from working for a job that you really don't like to being able to set your own hours and be your own boss, then what is your magic number? What is the number that you need to achieve each and every month with an online business so that you can say goodbye to your job and say hello to a lifestyle of freedom? All right. So if you want to get on my mailing list, then you can easily go to freeleads.newmindsetmarketing.com. I'll leave the link down below. But anyway, let's get into it. So achieving your SMART goals with Power Lead System in 90 days or less. All right. This is going to get exciting. All right. And very practical as well. So what is a SMART goal? You can see the periods between it, so it really means it's an acronym. A SMART goal should be a goal that is clear and reachable, and they should be specific, due to the S, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Now, what does all of that mean? I mean, it's not enough for me to just tell you what an acronym means, so we're going to break it down a little bit more, okay? So, hitting your magic number in 90 days. Again, your magic number is the monthly amount that you need to generate monthly right now if you were to quit your job, and you would not feel any ill effects of the economy or anything like that because all your bills are paid for, covered by your Power Lead System. All right, and it's very possible with this system. So what do you do? And this is just an example for illustration purposes. So now let's say, for instance, that your goal is to cover all your monthly expenses, or your magic number is $2,500. So that will include your mortgage or your rent, utilities, phone bill, internet bill, cable bill, your car payment, your loans, credit card debt, health insurance, eating out, buying groceries, things like that. All of those things take into consideration, and let's say, for instance, it all added up to $2,500 a month in expenses. All right. So what you want to do in setting your goal to hit that is you want to be specific. So you're specific, you should be able to answer these questions. What do I want to accomplish? Now, in this illustration, I'm going to say I want to get 100 people to my link per week, which will lead me to getting approximately 100 gold members within 90 days. Now, you may be thinking 100 per week within 90 days. That's 3 months. That's 12 months. 100 times 12 is 1,200. So how am I going to get 100 gold members within that? And it looks like I clearly overshot my goal, but I really didn't. Just bear with me. So why is this goal important? When I build a team, it gives me leverage to reach my goals faster than I were to do it by myself. So I don't want to be a one-man show, because if I only depend on my efforts, then it'd just be like me working a job. I only get paid when I'm there. I only get paid when I'm working. But if I build a team, I get leverage, and therefore I can get paid even off the efforts of other people. And we're going to go into a little more of that later on. So who is involved? Of course, me, myself, and I are involved. I have to show up. I got to show up for success. If I don't show up, then I can't expect to get reap any of the results. All right, so I am involved. An accountability partner is also very important. Somebody who can push you, somebody who can motivate you, someone who won't let you be slack or lackadaisical in your business. Someone who's who's reached the point that you're at and is trying to pull you up with them. So you want to hang around those people that are doing something, that are about something, that can give you the tips and tricks, and who can give you strategies and tactics. All right, and then also people that join your team to work together. So you want to be that person that your accountability partner is to you. So as you have an accountability partner motivating you and pulling you up to greater heights and deeper depths in your online business, you want to become that person to the people that are coming up under you, because it's like a trickle-down effect, a waterfall effect. The people above you help you, and you help the people below you, and they help the people below them, and so on and so forth. And that's what builds the income, and that's what builds momentum. All right. So next step is where is it located? Of course, this is an online business. It is affiliate marketing, so it's located online anywhere you can get on a Wi-Fi. And which resources are limited or limits are involved? Of course, you can get on using your laptop, your desktop, your smartphone, and using social media. All right. So let's go on to the next slide. So now let's look at an example of how to get it done. Now let's go back to what I was saying about getting 100 free leads. Now notice I put bold free because you can do this completely and totally free. There are paid ways, and that's also recommended, but we'll get into that later. So getting 100 free leads to my link every week for the next 3 months. Now you may be thinking that, wait a minute, I don't even know 100 people. How am I going to get 100 leads per week and then do that every week for the next 3 months? Trust me, it's very simple. And if you're on my team, I can show you exactly how to do that, because these are the tactics that I be doing that helps me to grow my mailing list, all right, and build my team beneath me. So what you want to do is break that down. You know, you want to break it down to bite-sized pieces, because how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So you break it down. If I want 100 leads per week, what does that look like? That means I want to get 20 fresh leads. That means 20 sets of eyeballs on my link every day for 5 days a week. And if I do that 5 days a week for 4 weeks per month, and then I take each month and do that every month, then you see the math down there. It's 20 fresh leads times 5 days a week is 100 people per week. And you multiply that by 4 times for 4 weeks, that's 400 people per month. And you multiply that by 3 months and you get 1,200 new leads to my link in 90 days. See where I'm going with this? All right. So now, if you just get 10% of those people to see the value and become gold members, which is very easy to do, that's 120 members at $20 per month. Because if those 120 people, and again, we're using a hypothetical figure, 10% of the leads that you generate, so 1,200 times 10% is 120 people. If 120 people go to the gold level, the PLS gold level, you will be earning $20 per month per person, which will equal $2,400 per month in residual income month after month after month, as long as they remain paying members as gold members. So now, of course, I gotta tell you about a disclaimer. This is an illustration only. Results are not guaranteed. You can make this much or less, or possibly even more, depending on your work ethic. So there are no guarantees. I just want to put that out there, because we're not allowed to guarantee anything, but this is what is possible. All right, so let's go on to the next slide. Now, your SMART goals should be measurable. And a measurable goal should address this questions such as these. How much? Now, this is optional. As I said before, you can do paid advertising as well as free advertising. Paid advertising gives you an opportunity to get a huge influx of leads really quickly within 24 to 48 hours. Whereas the free methods, they may take a little longer, but yet they are a bit more qualified, because the paid leads, they are cold leads, but the ones that you get on social media, those are the people that you've been talking to one-on-one, and so those are a bit warmer and they may be a bit more responsive. But it is recommended to use both. But if you can't, again, this is optional. Start off free first, and then when you have the income later on, then you can upgrade and start buying paid advertisement. So use a responsible weekly or bi-weekly advertising budget to buy qualified leads. And you can go to websites like dfysolos.com in order to pay for traffic, and they do everything else for you. It's done for you traffic. All right. Now, how many? Now, I want to get 100 free leads if I'm doing it without using any money. And then how will I know when it is accomplished? In the PLS back office, it shows you each and every lead that you have generated. It gives you their name and their email address if you've been asking for their names. And you can tally them out. You can send out a different link that is specific for where you're advertising, so you know exactly where those leads came from. And it totals up exactly how many people have gone and visited and filled out your form online, excuse me. And you're able to tell where they came from, and you'll know how to measure your results. So a measurable goal. Now for an example, how can I get this done? Let's see. Okay. Evaluate my progress by setting a specific day every week to see how well I'm doing. All right. So what you want to do is, like, if you started out today, on the 5th night from today, check the number of leads that you've generated, and it should be around 100 leads. And that's very easy to do. Again, like I said, it's in the back office. If it is less than that, then instead of contacting 20 people per day, per week, start contacting 30 people per day next week, or buy more leads. And if I have more than 100 leads, I'm not going to slow down, but I rather want to keep up the pace and even increase my activity to obliterate my goal. Because I want to build momentum, because success loves speed. And then so 100 leads per week should be the minimum, not the maximum. So that's just set as a goal. But you also want to stretch yourself. So if you reach the 100 really easily, then increase your goal to 150 per week, or maybe 200 per week, based on your time and effort. All right. So next, your SMART goal should be achievable. It should be realistic and attainable. So an achievable goal will usually answer questions such as, how can I accomplish this goal? And I'd say by scheduling a set amount of time each day. So what you can do is, after you work on your job, set your clock for 2 hours in the day. I usually like to set my smartphone for 2 hours and do a countdown. And once that countdown hits the buzzer and it goes off, then I'm done. I'll get to a stopping point and then I log off, because I want to have a life. It's about work-life balance here as well, you know. Make sure the goal is realistic and based on other constraints such as financial factors. So again, if you cannot afford to buy traffic right now, then increase your efforts on the free advertising aspects, so that instead of doing 2 hours, you may want to do 2.5 hours per day for 5 days, or you may want to do 3 hours per day for 6 or 7 days. So you can be very flexible. You can increase, decrease based on your own situation and circumstance. All right. Next, your SMART goal should be relevant. A relevant goal can answer yes to the following questions. Does this seem worthwhile? Is this the right time? Does this match my other efforts and needs? Am I the right person to reach this goal? Is it applicable in the current socioeconomic environment? Let me answer those questions for me right now. And they should be the same answer for you. Does it seem worthwhile? Yes. Is it worthwhile for me to earn an income online and quit my job? Is this the right time? Now is the right time. Because if I keep putting it off until tomorrow, then tomorrow will never come. Does this match my efforts and needs? Yes, absolutely. Because if I'm spending my time on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, or whatever social media platform I choose to use, I know that it's going towards a goal of increasing my leads, and therefore increasing the probability and the likelihood that people are going to upgrade to PLS Gold, and I'll start earning the residual incomes on that. And am I the right person to reach this goal? Of course. Who else is going to do it? And is it applicable to the current socioeconomic environment? A lot of people want to get out of their jobs, and this is a perfect way to do it by introducing them to the Power Lead system. So yes, it is. And now lastly, is your goal should be time bound. Every goal needs a target date so that you have a deadline to focus on and something to work around. A time bound goal will usually answer these questions. When? So when you plan on achieving that. So whatever today's date is when you're listening to this, calculate 3 months from now, 90 days from now, and write down that specific date so you know what you're shooting for. And then ask yourself, what can I do 1 month from now in order to achieve that goal? What can I do this weekend to achieve that goal? What can I do today to help achieve that goal? Then in 90 days, evaluate where you are, and if you've been checking every week, your final results shouldn't be a surprise to you. And then you adjust accordingly along the way. Then after that, you just set another 90-day goal and you just keep the momentum going. You don't want to stop there. You want to keep the ball rolling. And it'll be like a big snowball effect. Oh, I love that transition right there. Okay, and the numbers don't lie. So if you recap, we have seen that 120 gold members times $20 per member per month equals $2,400 residual, month after month. However, many of those gold members will see the value and will want to position themselves to earn $100, $400, and $1,000 commissions within PLS. So they will upgrade and buy the products to do that. The compensation plan explains it all, and you'll see that in the back office or in the links in my emails. And you earn a one-time income, but you have to be positioned by buying them yourself. All right. You earn a passive income because your team is going to start duplicating what you've done because they're going to want to achieve the smart goals that you have. That's all for now. I'm Nolan. Take it easy.